When you see the whole world shaking and you feel your heart is breaking, take my hand, no hesitating. When you're just so tired of trying, all alone you feel like hiding. Together we'll keep fighting. There's no stopping us. Hold on, we're gonna make it. We're gonna make it. Don't stop now. Hold on, we're gonna make it. We're gonna mountains too high we can climb it. Feel it, we'll take in the moment. There's no stopping us. Hold on, we're gonna make it. We're gonna make it. Can you see the sun is shining like a new hope? Feel it rising, coming over the horizon. There's no stopping us. Hold on, we're gonna make it. We're gonna make it. Don't stop now. Hold on, we're gonna make it. We're gonna mountains too high we can climb it. Feel it, we'll take in the moment. There's no stopping us. Hold on, we're gonna make it. We're gonna make it. Don't you give up, don't you give up on me. Don't you give up, don't you give up now. Don't you give up, don't you give up on me. Don't you give up, don't you give up now. Don't you give up, don't you give up on me. Don't you give up, don't you give up now. Don't you give up, don't you give up on me. Don't you give up, don't you give up now. There's no stopping.
Hello. Good evening. It's Saturday, September 3rd. I'm Chris Gargiulo of the associate broker, not the, and associate broker for eXp Realty. And this is my podcast. I'm trying to get the right lighting here so I look nice and clear. This is my podcast, Real Estate with Mr. G. And you'll be watching this at 7 p.m. I'm recording now. It's about 1:20, going on 1:20. Doing it now because downtown Hampton is having a crab town fest or seafood fest, and I'm going there with the missus. And we may be late, and I come home, I'll be all sweaty, and I won't have time to take a shower before 7 o'clock. So I'm doing it now, but it'll be broadcast at 7 p.m. Okay? So a lot of things are going on, especially with the mortgage rates and housing supply. What I'm going to discuss today, it's going against a lot of reports that you're seeing when it comes to new construction. And this is based upon a feed that goes to my blog dealing with, new construction may be a good choice for new home or for all home buyers. And I wanted to double check that it is on the upswing, because I see a lot of articles from different newspaper resources that there is a delay. And of course, when you compare it to other years, it's not going as much. But if you go month by month, there is an increase. Okay, so we look back a year from now or 2 years from now, we definitely do not have the increase in new construction sales. All right, and I'm getting ahead of myself because I always want to do a little intro about what we're going to talk about, but I'm getting in the meat of the matter, and let me start with my intro, my prelude here, and then we'll get right into the PDF files, and we'll take a look at those. Okay, so let's take a look at this. Okay, so an earlier podcast, we have discussed how, with the change in mortgage rates, that many buyers who put in a contract on the house to be built, and usually that takes from 4 to 6 months, that within that time period, mortgage rates have gone up. So a home buyer who was approved for a mortgage, let's see, we're in September now, so let's go back, let's say to February or March of this year, may have been approved at a certain rate, maybe 3%, but now we're at 5.5%. And that new 5.5% mortgage rate, now the buyer is no longer eligible for that loan to purchase that house, okay? Because, of course, when the mortgage rates go up, your monthly payment will go up as well. So if a mortgage broker said, okay, you could pay a mortgage up to $1,500 a month, and now that mortgage is going to be $1,700 a month, you no longer could afford that home. But what's happening, and it's not happening all around, okay? I mean, there's a lot of people who had to be released from their contracts because they could no longer afford it. Well, let's just go to the PDF before I even go into further detail on this. But let me get this up over here. And just give me a second over here. What's happening is that I'm trying to do, this is going to be a shorter podcast because it's the holiday weekend. People should be out at the pool, at the beach, barbecuing. So we're going to make this one just a wee bit shorter. A wee bit. All right. So on my screen, let's show this. And I like when I make myself that nice little bubble. That's cute. And I can move myself all around here. That's nice. Okay. So new homes may have incentives that you're looking for today. And as I began saying, so this article says that the supply of newly built homes is rising. Okay. When looking for a home, you can choose between existing homes, those that are already built and previously owned, and newly constructed ones. While the inventory of existing homes is on the rise today, it's still in tight supply, meaning it can be challenging to find just the right one. The inventory of newly built homes, however, is also rising, and with more options available, than have been in years. A new home may be just the answer you're looking for. The graph below shows just how much the supply of newly built homes has grown this year. All right. And here we have, it's coming from the census, and we're having a pretty big increase in newly built homes. Now, again, it might be still down from the yearly averages, but we do have an increase. And that's good because we definitely need more new homes out there for several reasons. And one reason is that larger corporations are buying lots of homes on the market than to rent them out. And I'm not crazy about that because they're taking away new home ownership to people. And they're closing down the amount of choices. So, that's a whole other issue. I could talk about a whole different topic about these corporations buying all these homes. It's kind of my field against big corporations, but I kind of work for one, but it's different. Anyway, I'm getting off course here. All right. So here, we're saying that today's builders may be more willing to work with buyers. According to a recent survey, 83% of builders have reduced their prices over the last 3 months. And that's per what I was discussing right before putting up the PDF file, is that so many people had to drop out or they could no longer purchase the home because of rising interest rates. So a bird in the hand is better than two in the bush. All right. So the developer, okay, the contractors, the real estate company that is building these homes, they already have an interested buyer. They've been approved for a certain amount. So that's one big hurdle that's been gone over or that they jumped. But they have now this problem because now with this new higher mortgage rate, they can't afford it. So better than to start off from scratch, these developers are reducing their prices. Now, again, this may not happen in every single situation, all right? But I would say it's a case-by-case scenario. So if you already have a contract, the mortgage rate has gone up, you can no longer afford it, there's a good chance the seller or the developer would come down the price. It could also be where if you're looking and you have a pre-approval, very, very important, okay, and you walk into an office and says, this is the amount that I've been approved for. And it's just a little bit above your asking price on your homes. Can we work something out here? Okay. So what does this mean for you? The current supply of newly built homes for sale, coupled with the fact that the data shows the majority of builders are doing price reductions, are both great news for you. It means you may have more options and possibly some much needed relief if you consider newly built homes in your search. And what I do here, because I clicked on the resource material for this article, and here's the data that's backing it up. Okay, I think I actually might even put this on my blog. So you see that new homes, even though it's not as great as it was perhaps a year ago, but it's moving up, which is really good. And the thing about, let's see, let me go back to me, and let me make myself nice and big again. All right. And the good thing about new homes, especially if you're coming in while they're still constructing the house, okay, the very good thing is that you could still have options and saying, okay, can I get these type of floors or this color type of floors, or can we use these cabinets instead? All right. Now, of course, if you're going from, your regular price items and you're going to more custom, with custom cabinets, countertops, whatever, the price goes up. And if that's your problem, that with the higher mortgage rates, you've been knocked out of the ballpark, you might have to go with the standard stuff. But if you've been approved for a higher amount, and you go to homes, and if you find a good deal, and the plus again is that if it's still in that point where it's being built, and they haven't maybe laid the floors yet, or the cabinets, put up the cabinets or the countertops, you may have options in that area. Okay. So, like I said, I wanted to keep it shorter today because it is a holiday weekend, and I have to go out with the missus too. So, again, I just want to put up my on my website. We have still the summer edition of things to consider when buying a home. Okay, and I'm putting up my where you could actually download this information on my blog. It's free. Okay, it helps guide you, but then you still call Mr. G for when you want to buy a home. And then we also have it for the seller side. Okay, things to consider when selling your house, and you could download them. Now, probably in a couple of weeks, we will have the fall edition. These come out quarterly, and like I said, probably around the third week in September, I will have the new updated version. Okay? So keep that in mind. Let me just show, I have this little video on where home prices are going towards the end of the year. Let me get rid of my, okay. And let's show that. Okay. Now, I've talked about this a lot in the last, well, more than a few of the podcasts, but I really don't see prices going up that much more. I see some of them coming down. And again, it's for those homes that may not be perfect. There's still work that has to be done. It's not turnkey ready. You just turn the key and move in. Houses that are that way probably will still remain high, might still get 1 or 2 offers on it. But again, we're seeing homes staying longer on the market and some being reduced. So I don't see them going up too much more in price. I'd like to keep it at the lower end, if they do, around 4%, but really not much higher than that. That's my point of view. That's my story, and that's what I'm going with. Okay, so I gave my producer the weekend off. William Burgess was not here, so we're just going to go to the ending. So enjoy the rest of the holiday weekend. Be safe. Remember those people who our laborers who work hard for this country. I fell under that. I taught for 21 years in Brooklyn, New York, as a business teacher, and we were part of that labor force. And we were in the union. I remember the song, "Look for the union label." Okay, and that's there to protect workers. So honor them this weekend because they're the ones that were out there when the pandemic started. And when we were quarantined, these workers were, and this is like the retail industry, the hospitality industry, they were out there serving us, where they could have put themselves to great risk of getting the disease. So remember them this weekend with Labor Day, okay? All right. So be kind to each other. Stay out of trouble. And let me find my ending piece and my video. And remember, the greatest power we have is to love, and the greatest gift, each other. See you next Saturday.